Hi, my name is Mervin Santiago Diaz Mollinedo, and today I am going to talk about a part of the language skills, and the vivid language. This is a short summary, a presentation of a short summary about the videos that appear in the unit 7.3. Start with what is vivid language. The vivid language is the use clear, expressive, and engaging language to capture the audience's attention, and it is commonly used in oral communication to make the ideas more interesting, easier to understand, and more memorable. When the people use the vivid language, they do not simply communicate information in a basic way. Instead, they try to make the listener imagine, feel, or clearly understand what is being said. This type of language mostly give life and emotions to the communication. For example, instead of giving a short and simple description, we can use the vivid language to add details and create a stronger image in listener mind. The vivid language is a very good technique that we can use in many moments, in different moments, because it's important because it improves communication and helps people express their ideas more effectively. It makes message easier to remember and helps speakers to connect emotionally with the audience. When someone uses vivid language, the audience is more likely to stay focused and interested. This is especially important in situations where communication plays a big role. The vivid language is often used, for example, in school presentations, speeches, exhibitions, debates, advertising, and interviews, and other things more. Now, here we have an example of this technique. The first sentence is: the place was very pretty, but it is not the same to say that place was very beautiful because it had an impressive landscape that left you speechless just looking at it. Um, the second sentence is a good example of vivid language because it gives more emotion, detail, and description, and the people that are listening that sentence can imagine very things, can think the 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 thing we are describing, the place we are describing is very pretty because it explains why the place looked special and how it made the person feel. Um, Words such as impressive, beautiful, and left you speechless create a stronger image in the audience mind. Now let's talk about vivid language techniques. There are different techniques that help speakers use vivid language more effectively. For example, the repetition. The repetition means repeating important words or ideas to emphasize them and make them easier to remember. The alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of similar consonant sounds. For example, smart students succeed. This makes phrases sound more interesting and memorable. Other technique is use of examples because examples help explain ideas more clearly and make communication easier to understand. The easy to understand word. Using simple words is important because communication should be clear for everyone. Many times we hear words that are hard to understand because are not common to us. And finally, the descriptions. The descriptions make listeners imagine situations, places, sounds, or emotions more clearly. Maybe you think vivid language is only used in presentations, in expositions, or in situations that require to use formal language, but we can also use vivid language in informal communication, Speaking informally while using vivid language is often easier because conversation feel more natural and closer. In informal communication, people commonly use pronouns such as I, you, we, us. The tone also becomes more relaxed, friendly, and personal. Sentences are usually shorter and easier to understand. For example, instead of saying students should improve their academic performance through consistent practice, someone might say we can improve a lot if we practice every day. We can say that the second sentence sounds more natural and personal. Choosing the correct words is very important because the words influence the attitude and message we communicate. The speaker should choose appropriate vocabulary, avoid generalizations, avoid assuming everyone thinks the same, and consider the audience, consider the age, the culture, and the gender. It is also important to use descriptive words related to senses such as sight, sound, smell, touch, taste. In conclusion, the vivid language makes communication more efficient, expressive, and memorable. Using easy to understand words, giving detailed descriptions, choosing the correct vocabulary, and expressing ideas naturally helps speakers communicate more effectively. Vivid language is important because it captures attention, creates emotions, and helps audience understand messages more clearly.